LCS has got the biggest run up.
Run up.
Yeah, it's the like 2 series. It's just so long. Still going.
Well, so this weekend is,
100 Thieves versus Liquid, which is the winners finals. I'm pretty sure.
and then
And then
C9
you have
AG,
C9EG, which is like quarters effectively.
and then so,
I want to say. Let's see. Yeah, so there's the upper bracket round one.
and then that'll be in LA. And then the week after that, we get losers bracket finals and final.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we have upper bracket finals and then effectively quarters and then losers bracket finals.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I hope you're excited because welcome to episode 6 of Pot of Ages.
Oh man, you had to do that while I was fixing my hair literally.
Yeah. I mean, I've been
Damn.
I've been recording for a minute.
Oh, well, perfect. I'm glad that we'll just tell our non-existent editor to take that bit out. AKA it'll be straight in the beginning of the episode on YouTube here.
even when I do start editing things, um, which I'm hoping to up the production value in summer.
You definitely won't be editing things for my favor. Well, that's for sure. 100%.
But I'm still gonna leave in the cold opens.
I think for sure next after editing, you'll find I have a different voice. I'm a different person entirely. It's just gonna be Drew holding his nose and speaking whatever he wants my lines to be. A whole bunch of weird ass takes and
Jungle's fucking useless.
yeah,
To
basically.
to stop fucking playing jungle, bro.
LOL. I like Jungle.
Yeah, well, Riot doesn't. So play mid.
Ah, dude, full new champion pool, full new things to learn,
I mean,
play style to develop.
I'm gonna start another podcast, and it's gonna be called Gankbot First, and it's gonna be all solo queue talk.
I've ganked bot first a few times. Start top, clear towards bot sometimes.
Oh man, so
You know,
I'm not gonna rant about solo queue. I will just say that if you're a Lux main, you should really play a new game. Um,
I don't know, man. You're targeting a lot of e-girls right now.
whatever. Play Yumi. More
Oh
useful of a
no.
champ.
The fuck are you no.
Scales harder.
No. I mean that's bit true, but like no.
Yumi's so
Use your
much more
fingers.
useful.
I do not like Yumi.
Especially a good Yumi player, dude. Like like Yumi's that like hop off, auto attack a little bit, hop
Yeah, I
on,
know. I
like
understand, but I
hop off
no.
to keep their ult in the right line while you position properly. It's so good. So
Just
good.
play a real chancer like Morgana if you're a Lux main and need something new to play that's actually good. But
Um
otherwise, I guess just Soraka spam until the end of your time.
I'm gonna lead that into um I don't know, I was gonna talk a bit about drafts, and I can just talk about how Golden Guardians picked Nocturne 3 games in a row with no, as the cast was putting it, dive
Yeah,
buddies. Like, there's
I don't.
nobody to go in with the Nocturne. Like, they kept banning Camille, and I'm like, just fucking pick it. Just go Camille Gallio. Just follow it up with Camille Gallio or something like that. Like, just give it
Yeah, I mean,
something.
I definitely agree. I didn't like the Nocturne salty run back the entire series. I'm not sure if that was their meta read that that's the strongest jungler on the patch, but like I would heavily disagree.
I think Nocturne
Even by
is
just being,
incredibly strong in the right composition.
I agree with that. I feel like there's certain things
Standalone,
that
I
you
think it's
pair.
a trash champion.
I think you put it with an Oriana or mid or Kennen top, and then you can put it with something that hopefully engages as well in the opposite lane. Camille is fine. I'm thinking of Aurelia.
How has Kennen been like not? He's been barely getting picked. I think he's really good option right now.
Only Asian people play Kennen, no racial.
Um, fucking,
Koreans and Chinese top laners only.
I'm so sick and tired of seeing Victor get picked. Like, I think once again he's good in the right comp. Like if you like, I really think he's better as like an AD choice for a bot laner. Like if you're going full AD topside, pick Victor. This way you can just sit there and CS and scale up. Like you have your fucking gravity well to like be a little safer from a dive.
I'd say just don't play Victor. That's my vote. As a jungler, this champion is fucking useless. It has no engagements in the first 12 minutes of the game. It doesn't do anything. It does mild damage, and it scales into a decent team fighter. But like
He
honestly,
does tons of
100%.
damage. Like once
Yeah,
the mid
but
game
like
gets
play
there.
Orianna. Honestly, like Orianna fills similar niches, but is an actual control mage that has a better ultimate. You know, at the end of the day, that's
I say
game
just
changing.
pick fucking Azir. Like
I mean, Azir's another good choice, but Azir is
he's
not
he's
necessarily
he's
so
safe.
safely.
He's safer.
I mean, he's safe, but he's not like a necessarily a safe champion to like blind pick or something. And I think Azir requires much more mechanical prowess to
So what?
execute to any
These guys are
real
playing at the
level.
highest fucking level in the world.
Yeah,
Get
dude, but
get
Azir
good.
is a fuck. Yeah, I
Get
mean,
good.
all right. Well, I am like, I would like it if our teams just played easy champions and actually won games, versus then playing hard champions that they literally can't pilot. I mean, there's so many things. I don't want to see Azir picked by a player that just can't do anything with it, regardless of how good it is,
Well, I
And
mean,
like, no
actually, I
matter,
want to see fucking players pick it, not be able to do shit with it, and then the team go, huh, maybe we should do some scouting for a new mid laner.
yeah, but they're not going to do that because of an Azir pick. And ultimately, I don't think like playing particularly single champions is necessarily a requirement for
No, but
all players all the
being able
time.
to play a
Just
variety of
styles.
things instead of just being like, all right, I'm going to lock in Victor or Corky again. Like,
Well, yeah, 100%. But like for whatever reason, this is what coaches want to draft. Or people choosing to draft teams.
it's the fucking dude. I've been hearing more and more and more about how it's not the fucking like, sure, like at the higher levels of pro play, could you get a good coach and trust the team? Like, there's that whole like discussion about what's being drafted. Whereas like half the time, I hear it's just the players going, I want to play this, 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 I want to play this.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it could just be they say I want to play this because there's a role they're trying to fill, and like there's in sake of Golden Guardians, like all right, cool, we're gonna play towards Licorice and fucking bot lane because Ole does a bunch of stuff, and we'll just lock in scaling mid lane, and that's the meta,
Yeah,
so
but
that's what it is.
pro players are fucking stupid.
I mean, some are, but
I
it's
almost
just
want to argue most. They got good hands. They know the game. It doesn't mean that they're actually like
they don't all have good hands,
capable of critical thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Victor, but there's a reason that you pick these scaling mid laners, and most of the time, whenever anyone picks like Corki, it's just like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna play Victor then, and we're both gonna do nothing in the laning phase, and for whatever,
Exactly.
and
Where instead of
for
being like,
this,
huh, I could
but
abuse this early game, but I don't trust in
yeah,
my own self enough to actually try to do this. So I'll just see
it's just
who
more that
goes
like if your
later. And
team if your team doesn't close it out in the early game at like the 23-minute mark, then it comes to the point that you hit 26 minutes and that other team has 3 items on the mid laner and you can't fight anymore. That's the reason why a lot of these teams lock in scaling, because it's safer to try and push the game late and rely on team fighting than rely on the macro to try and end the game
yeah,
early
but
with these champions that
half the
fall off.
teams can't even fucking team fight well.
I mean, for the most part, that's what most of the teams do, if anything at all, because they
Like
definitely don't. We're talking about like CS. They
I'd say
definitely don't like 3-1 and shit.
like the
Often
two
enough.
best team fighting teams are 100 Thieves and Team Liquid. And then I would say
Um,
not far behind that's EG. And then like
I
FlyQuest on
don't
a good
know.
day. Like I don't think C9's team fight's that good. I just think that like they have like individual
I would
skill
agree.
caps that are really
I agree with
high.
C9. I agree with C9's team fight's not great. 100 Thieves team fight is historically good. It's been better as of late, luckily. Liquid's team fight is generally pretty good, but I feel like ultimately none of the teams like team fight particularly well. But I don't know. The Liquid series was, closer than it really should have been. But maybe they're just got there.
It seemed like
But
Whippo was having an off weekend.
yeah,
Bjergsen
he
even
was
said like
recently.
that, like this was way harder than it should have been.
Yeah, we'll see how they look against Hundred
That's
Thieves
because
this weekend.
fucking Bjergsen, who can play Azir, didn't fucking play Azir.
Well, it doesn't fit the comp or whatever.
Dude, I'm fucking dude. It fits.
Azir,
It fits.
Azir is okay. Like he's not this, Giga S tier broken champion. He's okay. He's got some
Well,
pretty good matchups. He
so
scales well.
the
He's
Riot
safe,
Balance
but
team is getting better at their fucking job, and they're slowly getting things to where there aren't these just Omega broken things that are just gonna be running it. And I just think Azir is a for the team fighting and the setup that people are seeming to want. I think Azir does better than Victor in a lot of things.
well, yeah, for sure for Victor.
Yeah,
But
that's all.
like
That's all
just
my
one thing.
argument. It's fucking.
Yeah,
Why are you picking Victor when Azir's open?
because the Victor Corki is just like this. That it's I would say the defining mid lane matchup of this season. You know,
I'm just tired of seeing. Like I keep seeing fucking like during that Nocturne thing with GG. I'm like just fucking pick Kaisa and fucking Galio. Just pick Kaisa and Galio, and you're gonna like if you team fight well, you're gonna win this game.
yeah, Kai'Sa Galio with an 80 top would be fine.
Yeah, with Nocturne too. Like fucking if
Yeah, if
Nocturne
they wanted to
hits
play the
the
Nocturne,
fear,
I don't
like
understand. I really just don't understand that because like ultimately, Pride Stalker is supposed to have, this plethora of assassin jugglers. Was like Kiana banned every game or something?
no.
Because like I
It
would have
was. I'm
loved to
pretty
see
sure
a
it was just like
Kiana game.
typical bans. Like there was no like we're gonna ban out Zed and Kiana because Pride Stalker's in the game.
And that was C9 versus GG.
Like I think JoJo's getting better quickly.
I mean, we gotta see still.
Um,
You know,
I mean
I think there's still.
he didn't look bad in the TL game. Like I think
Yeah, I would have liked to see a Kiana angle.
also if C9's gonna play with Fudge like being like a late game carry instead of being like a team enabler, like
Dude, he went.
what?
Fudge had a Fudge had a disgusting good series, dude.
Yeah, and the man's got carry potential.
Yeah, I mean,
But then,
Jesus Christ.
but then are they really going to play with like four carries? And
Yeah, why
and
not?
and all right, well, then what are we going to do against a really good team that shits on
21,
them? They're going to play with
21,
any. I'm a huge
123.
fan of having
Jesus, actually,
like
Fudge.
supporting characters in a game of League of Legends.
Yeah, and for sure, and like that's also what the support will definitely do. And right now I do think that mid lane is definitely more utility focused outside of the fucking LeBlanc pick. Like it's not like he's playing a team
Utility with what fucking picks? It's all fucking
Ari.
Victors and Corkys. I mean, Ari is. If we're talking about S tier picks right now, Ari is the mid lane S tier pick, and LeBlanc. It's Ari LeBlanc are the two insane ones, just because like the mobility and like the CC and Jesus Christ. Can we talk for a minute about
I think
Caps's
LeBlanc.
Ari?
Yeah, no, Caps is back, which is
Holy
nice. Thank
shit!
God. Yanko's is fucking playing crazy. Broken Blade had a great weekend. I honestly think G2 as a whole played really well,
I
but
think
ultimately performed zero. So
they really leveled up. Like they're
Scream Gods confirmed. You know, honestly, I think the biggest part of that, the only reason why I'm really hyped about that is we get this fucking SKT G2 showdown at MSI. and that's going to be pretty fun for the sake of the storylines associated. I don't think P2 is going to stand any chance at all against SKT in their current iteration. But I'm ready to be surprised. But I don't see how this rookie LEC bot lane is going to not just get fisted by Gumacaria. Like I think every other part of the matchup is going to honestly be fine. I think Yankos is good and he's going to be plenty fine to play into owner, and then Broken Blade might honestly shit on Zeus, who knows? And then Caps Faker is just classic, but like holy shit, is G2's bot lane going to just get booty blasted? They're not going to have a good series at all. And I swear to God, if they even hold their own and don't get ran over, they did a fantastic job.
I also think that's what they need as a team to grow to like is really is like especially for the bot lane to face against like a real world class bot lane.
Yeah, but like ultimately, Hilly upset on a good day is definitely a world class bot lane. I honestly
Yeah,
would
but
say,
Hilly on a
you know,
bad day is
yeah, he's
huh.
he's playoff Hilly, and he runs it down the entire time. Like regular season Hilly this year for spring, he was fucking god mode. Honestly, most of the entire split. But yeah, every series in the playoff, Hilly looked like shit. But that's who Hilly is. So like we can't really be surprised, and it sucks that that happened to them in playoffs. But hopefully he's on for summer playoffs and potentially worlds.
Yeah, and I mean
But yeah, at least
I'm a
yeah,
G2
G2.
fan, so I like seeing Caps back in form. It was really nice to see Flackett though actually like do really well in some of those team
Yeah,
fights.
no, he flag it. Like I think the bot lane played well. I I'm honestly surprised. I feel like that's the nice thing, like the fun thing about League of Legends esports. Honestly, is you see these teams throughout periods of time, and you can see the pieces of all of the players and such. But then it's really great whenever you get to see like a team like when all five players are all playing well at the same time when stakes actually matter, and that's
That's
just
what
like
makes me
great
excited
TV,
about
and I feel like
Liquid
what G2 did.
because so far from what I've seen about Liquid is that there hasn't been a game. There hasn't really been a game where all five of them were pumping at full steam. Because I've either seen like Bjergsen kind of being a bit off or Bwippo being a bit off. Santorin hasn't had a bad game this year yet, I don't think. That's why he's my vote for MVP. Like the guy.
I think
l-
Santorn had a
l-
great year. Hans
l-
had bad games, but had a good year otherwise.
yeah.
Like I feel like it's important. It's fun
Uh,
to note to me that a bad Hans game is like 6-4 and 7, because good Hans games are fucking 9-0 and 12 and shit. But yeah, I feel like if Liquid could fire on all cylinders at like an international competition, I would love to see how that actually went. I definitely agree that the top and the solo lanes seem off on different cycles.
yeah. Once they get synced up and I feel like Bwippo like they're looking for an identity for Bwippo within the team besides just being like I feel like he's gonna have games where they're like, all right, buddy, you're the X factor. You're going to go in there and just do
Well,
crazy
that's who
shit.
Boo is.
Yeah,
He's
but I feel
he
like
is
he's like is
literally
also like trying to
wild
find,
card.
but having been on Fnatic for so long, I feel like like he's trying. I feel like he's now working with Core JJ and Bjergsen and trying to get
He's
into
enabled.
this team. He's enabled, but also he wants to enable his team. Like you
Yeah,
can
but
see
like
him
I
on these
think
tank
I
picks,
think
but then you see he's still doing Bippo things on a Scion, just fucking trucking it at him.
dude, honestly, I'm waiting for the game where he locks in Scion. They're like, oh, he's going fucking tank Scion, and then he just plays like the boss. Like literally, he's just like running it down, Prowler's Claw, fucking demolish, inting to push waves and like crash waves under towers, just doing stupid weird
I
shit and
lost
just
the
seeing
game.
making somebody deal with that.
I lost the game because I had one of those on my team, and the guy is doing like 20 minutes in the game is his tower like the tower in his lane still up. And we're like, bro, if you're going lethality, at least get the tower. I'm like, go full tank, dude. I'm gonna carry. He's like, I already bought Prowler's Claw. I'm like, I'm all the damage we need, and then he proceeds to KS me like 6 times in a row, like rocket in the air, and then he just like taps his fucking knock up to get the last fucking kill. I'm like, Son of a bitch!
Man, rule number one about solo queue is all of your teammates are trash and that you have to take all the kills. But the problem is everyone has that mindset, including your support. So it's just a matter of that's
Dude,
the game.
every time I get a team to be like, I'm like, just let me carry you guys. Like, we got this. Like, I'm doing I got the damage. Then, like, the minute they're like, okay, we win the game instantly.
Yeah, because usually probably at 35 minutes and you have one good team fight
Not,
and that's all it takes.
not, dude. Like, I've literally won every one of my wins except for maybe two in the past week have been 1v9. And like the moment I'm like, just fucking eat their ultimates for me, and we do, and then I just wipe the fucking team. Like, just peel for me once, and they do. They like interrupt the Tryndamere from diving me, and I fucking kill everyone on their team.
Oh no, just mute all and fucking win. I just team fight. I out team fight who I'm playing against. That's all I fucking know. I'm playing with bots and I just out team fight whoever's in front of me.
I've taken upon myself to keep my team's mental.
I just
Just
fucking mute.
I'm about to build a macro for just like we got this. Just spam it. Just we got this. We got this.
I just fucking mute. And then sometimes I'll say, play around me, I'm fucking huge. And that's all I type. Play around me, I'm big.
I like
Fucking like 3 items at 24 minutes. I'm like, all right, fine. Just play around me. I'm really recently I've been really enjoying randomly being at collector early. You know, like especially on champs like Graves. I figure
it's
it's like,
dumb
oh,
strong
you know
early.
what? Yeah, 11-minute collector. You're just it does work. You know, everyone loves playing squishy champions, especially in solo queue. So you just go, okay, cool. 2 autos, you're dead. Auto Q, you're dead. Auto ultimate, he's dead. Dash, auto, he's dead. It's good stuff. I'm not sure if I like Eclipse or Shield bow better. I think they're both viable at this point. And ultimately, I don't necessarily think collector first is always good, but I think if you can get it like 10 minutes or something stupid early, it's pretty nice. Otherwise, just go mythic and then go 3 item.
I think you go shield bow if you're squishier than they are.
Um, yeah, Graves is generally pretty tanky because of the grit passive. It's one of the things I like about him. But I think it just depends on how worried you are about the damage on the enemy team. If you feel like you can outsustain it and you're going to be tanky enough by itself, you can go
Well,
Eclipse. But yeah, if something is going to hit you pretty hard, because Eclipse like Hex Drinker is pretty tanky, honestly, for Graves if you're worried about like magic damage. But if it's something else, you might just need the Shield Bow. But Shield Bow, Lord Dom / Collector into IE or BT is still pretty dope. I love fucking Shield Bow BT combo.
I've been going cracking into BT 1-2 on my on Jinx, and it's pretty fucking strong. Just because it's
You know,
solo queue, so I'm getting dove all the
yeah.
time, and my team's not doing anything, so I need the BT to survive. Otherwise, if
You know,
I
what'd be an
have it,
interesting choice for you, like 4th item on games like that is Death Dance on top of it. If you're like literally at Kraken, BT, IE, and you're still just like taking fit like a lot of burst, like Death Dance next. If your attack speed is already safe, yeah, like if you don't need the attack speed, that build doesn't have attack speed. That might be the problem with it.
yeah,
But
that's the only problem with it because I usually go. I like a fourth item's been. If I don't go an attack speed item, second item, it's usually my fourth item, whether it be PD or rapid fire cannon or hurricane.
would you ever push off IE third for the attack speed item, or no? It's not worth it in your head.
It's not worth it. It's not worth
Yeah,
it. Like the
it doesn't sound
like
like it. I would hard to justify.
like the damage done is in like Jinx needs IE third item.
Oh
Like
yeah, for sure.
or like Lord Doms if they got more than one tank.
How often do you build Hurricane?
If I am if I really have to 1v9, like if I like we were three the only time I built Hurricane recently is when we were 3 inhibs down and I had to I was the wave clear. I was just soaking up all that shit, rinsing and repeating all those waves, and that's what I built Hurricane for. And I did like 58,000 damage that game, and the enemy Tryndamere did 96,000 damage that game.
Yeah, I feel like I would take Hurricane's second whenever there were a lot of like melees, and I felt like I could fight front to back pretty safely without like a lot of dive.
Can't remember
Otherwise, I feel like
when I
if you
went
dive, PT is solid.
second that game. I either went PD or BT second that game.
Honestly, the attack speed items are all pretty good between like for Jinx especially specifically. Hurricane, RFC, and PD are all pretty solid choices depending on your
I mean,
situation. I almost feel like
PD is
I
the
wish
optimal.
Storm Razor were better.
Like PD is the I almost went Stormraiser that game just for the slow proc.
Well, like Storm Razor RFC is not like it's pretty good. It's not like it's a very gold efficient. It's not bad. They still have that interaction, right?
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
energize.
energized, yeah, yeah. Let me see what I went second on that game because I've really been enjoying Jinx, Kaisa, and Ash are my backups. I still have I love playing Zeri, but just in silver solo queue, it's really hard for like consistently have
She's
a
getting
reliable
sh-
support.
she's getting pretty huge nerfs now. So yeah, I mean, let's see.
And is this the 27, 9, and 11 game? Is that it? That was it. Yep. And I went Kraken, BT, IE, Hurricane, and GA. And then whenever GA was procced, I would sell GA, buy Rapid Fire Cannon. And then when GA
The
cooldown was back off, I would sell Rapid Fire Cannon, buy GA.
the Storm Razor and Rapid Cannon still like stack and build on each
Yeah,
other, or no?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They do.
It's energized. Yeah, it's still energized because they're different named passives. So
Hmm.
like you get a whole bunch of poke, which is why. Oh my god, I don't know if the if because I didn't really I listened to the Genji T1 game 4, and I know there's an auction in it, but I didn't really pay attention to the game because like it was also like 12 minutes in the game. I heard the casters go like what would they say? They're like, if this is how this series is gonna end, that's really not exciting. Something like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not the is
It was like that was a pretty one-sided series for the most part. Genji took a game. Well, actually, no, I lie. It was not a one-sided. It could have been pretty close. It's just that Genji made some interesting choices, kind of impatient choices, and just didn't. They threw a game, and otherwise just did not execute. They did not execute things cleanly, so that it made it more possible for T1 to just really just fucking roll them. Like I feel like I want to say at least two of the games were pretty winnable if executed properly. One of them 100% was, but so it was. Hopefully, we'll see him level up for summer. T1 is definitely the strongest looking team in spring globally. I don't think LPL right now has teams at the same level, but we'll see if T1 is as clean if they're because ultimately they're kind of just playing the game odd, but having better players than their opponents in LCK for a lot of times. So, and Kyrie has honestly just done so much for the team.
you guys insane.
He is. He's cracked. Crazy
Um,
player. Can't wait to see him do more.
let's
MSI if hopefully it goes on properly. LPL might have to play remotely, but
yeah, I've heard them talk about that. That's just
I'd
because
rather
they're
have.
having it in Korea, but Korea's also
Mhm.
got weird. Korea and China both have like weird COVID laws right now. Whereas like
I'd
they
rather
can.
have.
I heard that like LPL can like go to Korea freely and you're not quarantined when you get there, but you could end up being stuck there for up to 6 months.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather have LPL participate remotely with 60 ping than not be there at all. Because I just really don't think G2 is going to beat SKT. So like we've got to have some competition. Because otherwise, I'm gonna have like a bunch of games with Detonation Focus me.
I mean, I feel
Because
like if Caps and Yankos and BB played the way they did the past couple weeks, and then
we don't know what 12.8 looks like yet. The meta is going to be shifted again. Zeri is. Well, it's good that Zeri is going to be nerfed because freaking. I don't think does Flocket play the Zeri or are they banning it?
I think Fly could play as it. I think Rogue was banning it, even on blue
Okay.
side. I think
I know one team was. Dude, fucking Rogue choked so hard, honestly. Like they just did not. That last game especially was.
after that first game, they just got mental
Oh
gapped.
yeah, I agree. I think after the first game, mental kaboomed. I think by the time they hit end last game, like I didn't even like how they drafted shit. Like the fucking Jace blind at the end. It was just bad. Let's see. No G2 bans Zeri
YouTube is
every game.
there. Okay.
Oh no, they just banned it on red side.
Yeah, yeah, but
Okay.
I think Rogue banned it on blue side
Yeah.
once,
Or
right?
no, Rogue had
Oh wait,
Rogue had red side on. It's always being banned on red side.
that's smart.
Yeah. It's just that it can't be B1, which is fair. And that's fine as long as that's the case. The Volibear priority was not surprising to see in this patch post Hecarim nerfs, you know. I also think the Trundle is going to be way more prevalent. I think we'll probably see a lot of Volibear Trundle outside of typical Lee Sin.
I think they're pretty good to each other. I know they're. I think they're just both kind. It's like kind of like an even matchup from like my thinking. Like Trundle and the volley, like they both do their thing. Sure, Trundle can ult
Trundle
volleys
murders
ult
him in a 1v1.
pre
Like,
six.
yeah, like that's the thing about Trundle. Trundle 1v1 in the jungle is amongst the strongest champions in the game because the attack speed and movement speed he gets from his field and then his Q steals AD.
Oh, his
So
Q steals AD.
yeah,
Dog.
so he nerfs you and beats the piss out of you. Like lethal tempo Trundle is closet OP. If you want to like be abusive and aggressive as fuck in solo queue, honestly, lethal tempo Trundle by fucking like a Triforce and just wreck nerds. Like he fights, he is monstrously strong. Trundle's a champion I probably should play. He is one of those junglers I never actually really picked up. He's super strong though. He's super good. Especially yeah, if Volibear is going to be the premier, like one of the premier jungle picks, the R into his R is great. You know, if we see tank metas return, which seems pretty likely with how the top lane is starting to look. I mean, it's been popular at least in the West. East isn't playing it so much. I don't think. Let me double check what we saw in this V5. I know we saw a lot of Gnar and um,
Where's my coffee? Here we go.
Henan and stuff. Yeah, top esports took the last game in 5. It was, yeah, victory. V5 just kind of deteriorated mental, it looks like. But yeah, we had Kennen Graves, Graves Gnar, Graves Cassiopeia, Graves Gnar,
I think
Kennen
Cassiopeia
Malphite.
is a fucking sleeper pick right now too.
Cassiopeia is definitely pretty good. Playing her, especially with like the sort of tanky stuff. Like honestly, how PoE built her was pretty good. But yeah, Rich just plays a lot of Graves, honestly. So I'm not really surprised at that. He just fucking the one trick. So yeah, we're
Like,
seeing still a lot of these fighter-esque top laners in LPL, but
I mean, I'm
I
glad
still
that
think
we're
we'll
getting
see
some more
tank.
bot lane variety now. Finally,
Yeah, well now that like I mean, where you know, I think Jinx, Aphelios, Zeri are still pretty premier,
I mean,
and I think
we're
Kai'Sa
seeing.
has peaked up.
I mean, it's
Ashe
been
a
a
little
lot more
bit.
Zaya than like Zaya's been popping
Oh,
up a
you're
lot
you're
more.
right. You're right. There's been a lot of Xayah.
And both
I still
builds.
can't believe we don't. Has there been who's built crit? Like everyone's still building fucking lethality. I don't get it.
I mean, crit's really good into like if you're playing front to back.
Yeah, but it's just like they buffed uh the pullback, the E damage for crit, and you know crit is pretty strong right now in general. So
I
I'm
might start playing
surprised
crit
that
Zaya again in fucking solo queue, dude. I'm fucking. I was so good on that champion for a while.
yeah, no, I feel like ultimately you had like Xayah Kaisa, those were the ADs that you played.
Yeah,
You know, like those are the champions I most associate with you. I think the Jinx is a good pickup. I've always loved
I
Jinx
got I got
AD.
M7 Kai's or M7 Jinx at 36k.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, whenever you break under 40, it's always what I consider a pretty good run for M7s.
Yeah.
M7 runs.
I got it with Akshan in like, oh god, I think pre-30. Like when I was playing that champion top lane and mid lane for a
I
while,
remember.
he got me to gold 3 before I had a horrible losing streak last season, and like I had a bad losing streak. Like I was tilt rolling, man.
I want to say Warwick was a super early M7 for me. I think I was under 30 on him. He's just a really easy champion to play though. I'm Viego's M7 at under 40. I know I got like Lee Sin at like 34. It's hard to say. I just play like I still play a lot of the champions. So all my M7s are inflated now. My lowest is Viego. Newest champion surprise.
I got my M7 on Callista a few weeks ago. I wish I had a consistent support to play with in ranked so I could play more Callista. Because
I just think there's better ADCs right now. I don't think
yeah,
she has
like
as good as itemization as others. Is honestly the big thing. And then the range right
I
now
want to
is
see her
difficult.
not go drain tank. I want to build. I want to see her build attack speed, not drain tank. Um,
I mean, I played Callista and an ARAM kind of recently.
I want to see her with an
I feel like
enchanter support,
I
and
built a shield build because yeah, with the short range, you just kind of feel like you have to fight. Yeah, my
um.
build is pretty
So actually,
typical.
indirect nerf to Callista. They change. There's no more ravenous hunter.
Yep.
Which is really also hurting my Kaisa build. Just because you kind of that bit of Omnivamp did really make a difference sometimes. Like you were able to just like
Oh
sustain
yeah.
just a little bit more easily.
It was an OP rune. It's honestly good that it's removed, in my
And
opinion.
I don't like Treasure Hunter because it only gives you like you can only get so much gold from it. There's no like it's after you get your
Yeah,
after you get your
this
5 takedowns.
it gives you more gold each time, so it is pretty good.
I think it's like yeah, but it's like I think a cull gives you more.
I mean, yeah, you have to pay for a coal. I mean, actually, I'm not sure how is it more. Let's see how much. I think Treasure Hunter gives a decent, healthy amount of gold. Honestly, it's not.
Actually, I don't know if that hurts Callista that much because I mean, sure, it helps hurt her drain tank a little bit, but like
Gains
if you
70 gold plus 20 per bounty hunter stack per unique takedown. It gives 550
okay,
gold. That's solid. It's not bad. I've been playing it in ARAM, honestly, but I haven't played it in a game, mostly because I think Ingenious Hunter is a fucking completely busted rune, and I most often time use if I'm taking domination, it's because I want Ingenious Hunter more than anything. I think
um,
there's a lot of really
I
broken
actually do want to
interact
play Treasure
levels.
Hunter on Callista because if you can get some of those early, like you get the like if you can get it like a good little double
I
kill in the
mean, you can get
early,
effectively 160 gold extra off of a double.
yeah, and
That's 25% more gold. And if you end up killing the jungler and a part of that as well, then that's freaking 110 on top of that.
all right, so let me throw out my Callista comp real quick.
Oh god.
So you player with an enchanter support,
Hmm.
tank jungler,
Already lost.
and you spear the jungler. Fuck that.
Thought you already lost. Tank jungler,
Volibear,
game over.
Volibear,
Wallbear's not a tank.
he's building
He
chem tank.
builds tanky. Yeah, but like he's not a tank jungler. Like he's a utility pick for sure. There are no tank junglers right now. Zach,
Tanky,
kind of.
Jarvan.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
honestly, Jarvan is the pick because Jarvan giving the attack speed boost with the flag is pretty solid for Callista. I think it matters more for her even.
and like, then you fucking once you unlock your bot lane, then you fucking you get this fucking triangle ball of death just moving around, dude. Fucking shit up. Like
Yeah,
I think we should see Callista at MSI probably, where people are going to start breaking out some other picks and shit.
Oh, I don't think we'll see Callista.
I think we'll see a
I
Calista.
think I think between Kaisa Zaya, Jinx, Aphelios, Zeri, Ash on occasions, Misfortune. I don't think we'll see a Callista. I think Misfortune is way too strong right now as a off
Into
the wall pick.
into Kaisa. So if enemy like Callista into Kaisa, Callista should win that early game and be able to help. The team should be able to snowball before Kaisa becomes this one-shotting assassin. Which the
Yeah,
current
I don't
Kaisa
know.
build actually doesn't assassin as well. She pokes extremely well, which is what she's
You
good
can always
at.
just change the build.
Yeah, but
And
yeah,
that's the
so
nice thing about these champions is they have the versatility of being different in game. You
but I
know,
think Callista's utility as like is really good. It's a dominating 2v2.
yeah,
Especially like
I
Callista
just don't think she's
Lulu.
strong enough.
I
I
think
think
she is as a
I think with how games are and how everyone's looking more till 2 to 3 item ADC builds, especially since the
I
bounty
mean
systems are in play, I just don't
that's
think Callisto will be
that's
popular.
my biggest. That's the only reason why I can think of that she's not played is because of bounties. And if you do snowball really hard, but you don't end it, there's so much more gold on the map for the enemy team. And
Hmm.
that's it. That's the only thing. Where instead, like you could snowball, hit that little bit of a wall, and kind of like regroup, and then get a good team fight. Where like while you're like getting that regroup, and they're getting some gold back and doing the scaling, but there's so much more gold on the map.
Yeah, but I think that's ultimately kind of what's probably been driving some of these ADC picks is that ability to have, to be able to more safely opt into that weak early game for the potentiality of coming back with bounties. And I feel like that's why we see Jinx especially because Jinx is like a 2 item champion. Like once you have 2 items, you are actually playing Jinx and she's online.
And once you're
Otherwise
playing
she's
three,
kind of like
you are
broken.
you are
Yeah, like
you
3 items is get out of here. Like she's fucking unreal. Like once you have IE, she does so much damage.
yeah.
Once you get one fucking kill, the attack speed from get excited, the move speed is so much. It's like unfair.
Also, I wasn't running Presence of Mind on her for the longest time. I was running Overheal or
Oh,
Overshield,
lol.
and but
Yeah,
then I
I like
switched to
overheal
Presence
for
of
some
Mind.
things, but
But I switched to Presence of Mind, and it's just like you get one reset and it just rockets for days.
yeah, you
It's
need the rockets for sure. But yeah, I just don't think Callisto scale is hard enough. I feel like honestly we might see Kog'Maw angles be possible for similar reasons, but I don't think Kog'Maw is going to come back for a minute. Maybe if there's another buff, I'm
we'll
not
see
sure how
Vayne before we
strong
see
he is right now.
Kog'Maw. Like
Maybe Vayne. I think Vayne top is going to be way more prevalent than bot for a minute with the current ADC meta. Because I just feel like, but even then, with Akshan existing, I don't see like why you'd ever play her. Because if you're gonna like do that thing top
I
lane,
just
then
want to
like you
see a
just play Akshan.
pro just play Akshan well one fucking time in a fucking game. Jesus Christ.
And once the shines at Worlds, I'm sure he'll fucking just be like, you know what, this is how you play this.
Like I like he's not a
Sad
hard
face wave was out.
champion, but also like I'm an ADC player that played him in solo lane, so I guess I just
No, I think he's easy. You got to get used to the mechanics of the E. Like you gotta get used to how that works with like your mouse and shit. Like what it does when you press the buttons. But outside of that, he's a super easy champion to
yeah, but
play.
like everyone just builds him Storm Razor Rapid Fire Cannon.
Mm.
That's
I also
all
had
the
a
pro builds I've
Akshan
seen, and it doesn't make sense to me
ARAM
because
game.
it's like
Let me see if you like my Akshan ARAM build here. Let's see where is it. All right.
it's a cheaper build, but like that's exactly what you're getting is you're getting a cheaper build, whereas like he scales so well.
I'm like this is a weird build because it's ARAM and I'm playing for fighting. I have Shield Bow Collector Blade.
I like
I
that.
wanted the
I
last
like
two.
that. I like that. Like I just pretty much I almost go exclusively Kraken Slayer on him unless uh
Yeah, no, like I think Kraken Slayer is definitely way better. I bought Shield Bow because of this game. But otherwise, if you would swap that with Kraken Slayer, that's what I'd probably play. Like the collector was kind of there just for the sake of I was doing damage. I wanted the burst. I don't think that's necessarily a good choice. I think the
It's
blade
not
feels
bad.
good
I
for
think
sure.
Blade seconds is the real way to go on him.
I like Blade. I think Blade's good
Because
right now.
like I like
Even after meta.
I just don't see them play him as a side laner. Like he should never be team fighting unless the team fight's almost over, and then he goes
Even
in
still,
and
you
he
you
cleans
just
up.
roam to the team fight. Yeah.
Yeah, like he roams so well. Like
We'll see. He's there's a lot of I don't know. I think the meta is kind of strange right now with how teams are executing it. You know, like we are playing kind of death bally with pretty typical roles and setups, and it feels like people want to play for resets and just wipe the map ultimately. Because that's why I feel like you see champions like Jinx being very prevalent, Viego is prevalent. You know,
Akshan gets resets.
Akshan does get resets though. Yeah, you're
He
right.
gets hella
Like I
resets.
feel like
He can
he
even
could play
reset
it.
your team, man. And he plays so well into tanks. I
Yeah,
can see why he doesn't play very well in the Jace.
definitely not blindable.
The Jace matchup. No, he's not very blindable. But I mean, he can be played bot lane. He is a bit short range.
I wouldn't play in bot lane in this
Um,
meta. I have a big thing about ADCs that can't spam auto attack. Because I feel like no matter what you're doing, unless you're executing the style that suits them, you are giving up so much power. Like I've never liked Jin in like I know Jin is a great champion, like cool design, I agree, but like I just don't think he's as good as a design standpoint as other ADCs. And the only time he was really good is when he was so fucking stupid overtuned and lethality was so broken that you were like, haha, I'm level 5 Jinx or Jin. Two shot you, haha. My second auto was fourth shot. Guess what? You're dead. From 60% or 40% health. Haha, level 4. Haha. You know? And that's when Cammy fucking loved him. But yeah, he was like giga like yeah, when he would do like, 60,000 actual damage in a 25-minute game, every goddamn game, you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm Jin. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My stupid AD ratios and crazy execute ratio numbers. I always crit for a billion damage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm Jin." You know, I just think they're just not as good, you know. Auto attacks, attack speed, OP.
Callista Yumi.
I don't think we're gonna see any Calista. I don't see it.
That
I think
I don't
Callista's not gonna match the meta.
like. Not while bounties are out, unless we get a team who's so confident that they're just like, we're just gonna win the game at 8 minutes and then just go
Who
forward and
was the
not lose.
OG Callista? I think Teddy was the OG Callista god. Maybe Ruler as well. Because yeah, I mean, like, unless you're talking about some of the OG Callista gods, yeah, it's hard. I don't know. Like, unless you have those god tier mechanics, I just don't think she's gonna be the choice in this just in the presence right now. I think
I mean, I
MF
mean,
and Ash both just completely fucked that up.
she
Because
does
of
all
the
right in the
ban.
Ash. She's like, as long as you can like play like in the lane, like play around the minion wave well enough. Because she slows you and you slow her if you're good with Rend.
Yeah, but then what's going to happen is someone will pick Callista and they'll be playing into support last pick and they're going to take Nasus, and then Callista is going to have the most unfun lane in the fucking world, and then the pick is just completely falls apart.
I fucking hate that champion.
Yeah, one Nasus support and then you'll never pick up Callista again. I swear to
I played
God.
against an Nasa support the other day, and
Yeah, was it strong? It feel good?
the poke in
Was it
lane
tasty?
is really fucking annoying. Um, because they go like that big AOE max and
Mhm. Oh wow, I don't think that's the way. Honestly, maybe
with
it is.
I
Probably
I
is.
think it was a Nasus misfortune, and just the poke in lane was just fucking annoying as all fuck. But then like
Honestly, yeah. Wither into make it rain with the drain underneath. It's just that's a lot of damage, and you are stuck in it, just taking it. That sucks. Just getting queued because of Nasus. I hope he's taking approach velocity. If he's got Giga Brains, he will. Probably not though. I love approach velocity. Did you ever hear? Did you know about the old tech I developed for Chewie so he could beat Tryndamere in the old system? He
No.
would go glacial augment approach velocity and then generally build a Randuin's because it's just good into Tryndamere. But he would go glacial augment approach velocity because he could run if he landed the E, which he was generally very good at. Chewie was because obviously he's played York fucking all of it. You could always catch up between glacial slow and approach velocity speed increase and the E slow. He could run down Tryndamere still. And it was like this random, like he was complaining about the champion, and we were just talking about things he could do to counter it. I was like, you just fucking build a Randuin's, you'll have the armor, and you can activate it for the interaction with the rune. But yeah, you just take glacial and approach velocity, and you hit him with the E, and you run him down. And like, remember we were playing a game. He's like, holy shit, it's working! I'm catching him! Holy shit, he can't get away from me! I'm winning! Oh, he's dead! He's dead! I got him! And
Nice.
like for like at least a year, that was the answer until they changed everything, but introduced fucking Gale Force and made Tryndamere impossible to
So
catch and get away from him.
they nerfed Gale Force again.
Yep. 20 more
God,
seconds. I want to stay on the
yeah.
active.
Like, didn't that item like in the preseason have like a 45-second cooldown or something?
Like 50 maybe. Yeah.
And then like it went to 60 like when the season started, and then it went to 90 shortly, or to it went to 60. It went to 90 shortly thereafter. Now it's 110.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm fine with it ultimately. We discussed this earlier. I think damage or a nerf in the range of the missile would be solid, but if they really are only concerned about the fact that it gives, the extra little shunt, if that's why it's quote unquote broken, then whatever, you want to adjust it to 2 minutes. You could honestly bring it up to a full 150 seconds for all I care, make it half of a flash, but I don't think or hope we should go that far.
I like
The
the
problem is
idea
also
of
Genius
treating
Hunter
some.
still exists.
I like the idea of treating some item actives as like having them all be almost like as long a cooldown as summoner spells. Some of them are fucking powerful. Like I
I
think
mean, I think,
I think
yeah.
Everfrost cooldown is way too short.
I'm not too worried about Everfrost. I think I'm looking at Zonya's. Um, I think Gale Force for sure. Maybe Shield Bows, the shields, but those probably aren't too prevalent. You can't get them twice in one fight, so who really cares?
Well, there's also ways to like itemize around some of the like. There's items that
Shields, yeah.
interact with that.
Serpent
Um,
Fang and stuff. Serpent Fang is the only real anti-shielding item. Shadow Flame is just good pen, ultimately. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what they do with 12.8. We got a new patch coming. Zeri's going to be fucking. She's getting a lot of minor number adjustments to shunt her damage into AD ratios and make the crit give some of the passive interactions and cooldown refunds better. They're also increasing the CD of the dash on top of that to even further
it needs
incentivize you to have crit.
it needs to be like.
Yeah, but crit will still lower it faster than any other build.
So will it be like Trinity D where crits give it more like more CDR than like
So
regular autos?
normally Q only provides one stack of the refund, but crits can imply multiple stacks per Q. So they will give more CD refund with crits than you will with just
So wait,
auto attack.
are her crits like Graves crits, where it's just more bullets?
No, I think every bullet has the chance to crit
Oh, that's
because
actually not that
every
good because of the
probability.
yeah
Yeah,
of the
it's
way
not.
it,
It's not. It's not. It's. I mean, yeah, you're rolling the dice 7 times, right? 7 shots.
I think it's 6, 7, 8.
Something like that, somewhere around there. But yeah, I think that's how it works with crit. But every crit will refund time, whereas normally just one Q is just one.
Oh,
So they're making
I
you
like
have to build crit.
I
Like
like
they
that.
are making it. Yeah, I don't hate it. Like if you wanted this champion to build crit and you want to go that route, then that's cool. This is definitely the way to do it because I have played her a few times in ARAM and I realized you don't do shit for damage unless you're using the dash to get the empowered Q. Like her damage is fucking non-existent without that bit
Well,
in
also
there.
she gets minion blocked all day.
Yeah, she's like Graves.
Um, but like her chase down is dumb. Like that,
Yeah, I mean she's
like
fast as fuck.
well, I mean, but also like with her
And then
chain lightning and the range increase on
the
a lethal
E wall
tempo.
interaction.
Yeah, dude, like a champion's extremely fun to play. Um, but I was just about to say, I feel like she might move towards more of like if we start seeing like against enchanter, like if a team picks like an enchanter support, because like she really doesn't do well into hooky champions because her dash isn't that far. Like I mean, if she can hit a wall, yeah, but like if she's getting engaged upon,
Yeah.
but also she chews shields, chews them,
Oh yeah, for sure.
like
Doesn't she
and takes
get?
them.
Can't she burst them? Yeah, she takes them. That's right. She has
She
she has
takes
interaction
them.
with that. Yeah.
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 So
No,
she,
she's
so she
she's
like
good champion.
so she like 2-to-1s a shield with her damage because I'm pretty sure she deals extra like she she deals extra damage to the shield and then she like takes part of what she takes or of the damage she does to the shield, and then she gets faster and does more damage with while shielded.
Yeah. I played an ARAM and had got 0 kills. LOL. Was Zeri. Just never doing enough damage to kill anybody. Yeah, she's interesting. She's definitely about like knowing the interactions, but I do think this she's definitely building crit now, no question. Like the on hit style and everything is
And
just
that's for 12/7.
quantitative. Yeah, 12/7. So we still have one more patch before MSI, and we'll see what they want to do with that one. I would say that's the most notable change with 12/7. We're seeing some nerfs to Rise.
Yeah,
Not
it's moving and it's moving. It's
more
his,
AP ratios.
his damage based on his mana is being reduced, and he's getting more into
Yeah.
AP.
We're seeing Lee Sin get some flat damage reductions to Q. Not crazy, but they're doing a few little nerfs. Jace is getting a few base number adjustments. Um, I'm surprised we still haven't seen any Rengar at all. We'll see if that changes with Bwipo coming out because ultimately, right now in the current patches, Rengar is pretty strong before the damage to structures adjustment
Are we going to
happens.
see the Bjergsen Ivern?
Oh my god! If if Bjergsen plays Ivern for Bwipo, Dardoch his head's gonna explode. He's gonna be so pissed. That was my combo, you bastard! But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to remember what other numbers or changes are happening there. I feel like they were pretty minimal changes as I remember them off the top of my head.
There were some other. There was like some item changes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we talking about the Gale Force,
the Gale
cooldown
Force.
change.
All the that was twelve
They're
six where they did all the lifesteal changes,
they're
right?
buffing. Oh, that's right. They're making Umbral Glaive like dumb good now, like super
Was it
strong.
like 200 gold cheaper or something, and it's
It
passive.
is
It's passive.
100 gold cheaper, and the passive comes up 10 seconds more often. They're nerfing Winter's approach, which is pretty sad. They're taking health and making it more expensive, so it's a pretty notable nerf. I think it's still going to be strong for certain champions, but it still sucks. Time Warp Tonics being nerfed, that sucks. Moonstones being nerfed made me sad. They're buffing Abyssal Mask. I'm sure we still will barely see it. Just hard to fit into your builds now and just doesn't really do much for it. Seeing buffs to Yasuo and Yone, so everyone on Reddit is losing their fucking mind. Wukong actually might be more prevalent, and I'm wondering if we'll see him in the jungle. I don't know if it's
Yeah, because
enough to
he's
see
doing
him
more
on like
damage to
the upper
monsters
level.
now, right? And
Yeah,
he can
but
go over walls.
yeah, I don't know if that's going to be enough to see him in pro play. He might be a niche pick for some players, but um, him being stronger might see him in top lane more. Pantheon is getting some adjustments that I think will be mostly completely inconsequential. I don't understand their
What are they?
changes to. They're making the queue 50 units longer when you tap it, but 30 units narrower. So I don't think that's good, honestly. And you can walk faster backwards with the shield up, and the R wind up is faster. So like you land faster. There's not as much of a delay. So like I think that our change is gonna be pretty big for him because it'll be way easier to set up
Is
plays.
that a
But I
carrier
don't
buff?
understand the Q
That's a
change.
carrier buff.
Yeah, he should like they're lowering his base health regeneration. So I just don't understand how this is going to be super effective on anything important. Honestly, I still don't think we'll see Pantheon at all. Probably see some more Lilia. Oh, that's right. They're buffing Karthus jungle as if that's smart. So Karthus is going to be super prevalent in MSI.
Unless they change
They're
it in
also,
12.8.
I doubt it. Oh, this is a Malice buff ultimately, so no one else plays the champion. They are buffing Callista base stats and attack speed growth. That one might be important.
Yeah.
And they're also buffing Gangplank. That was the other one that I was trying to remember. Yeah, that one's going to be interesting. We'll see some Gangplank in MSI. Because a lot of people will definitely take Gangplank into tanks and be like, cool, I'll just scale then. So,
So let's talk about
interesting stuff.
before we start getting to wrapping this up because we're hitting the hour mark. Predictions for LCS.
Okay, well, we got to talk about the series at least briefly. I know we talked about GGC9 and GG's draft.
I literally
The
fell
other
asleep
match,
during that series.
LOL. The other one was TLEG, which was a good series, went to all 5 games. Um, EG coming out swinging, TL not looking super, you know, they're just not, they weren't on point. You and I talked, I think, off air about Bwipo kind of being a little meh this series, so hopefully see him bounce back
But
against 100 Thieves.
Santorin, bro, Jesus Christ, that guy's good at the game.
Yeah, I love Santorin, but who else is, yeah, what's that schedule? It's 100 Thieves and Liquid, yeah.
Like
So,
so, it's coming weekend because it's gonna be 2 weeks. So we're not gonna have our next episode until after finals.
oh, yeah, yep.
So
But it'll be after all the finals because we'll be far enough out to have
a little bit of bracketology
finals
here.
and yeah. Let's talk about the only real series that matter. Well, so let's start with the low hanging fruit then with Evil Geniuses and C9. Are you of the opinion that C9 is at the collapse point and is getting all fucked up and is just going to lose the series? Like, how do you feel? I know you're high on EG, so I'm curious more
I'm
about
high.
the C9
I'm really
aspect.
high at EG right now. I think Impact is actually playing like the best top laner in the league. Um, and then I think someday is a close second in that argument.
In the playoff perspective.
Yeah. Um, I I think EG is just playing better as a team, and I think C9 is really I think the C9 Golden Guardians game was more Golden Guardians playing like absolute fucking booty hole than C9 playing well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Fudge had a great series even still. I do agree with that notion that Golden Guardians kind of just flubbed a lot of stuff. But I think Fudge, if he has another good series against Jojo Pion, that could be interesting to see.
I don't. I
I'm
think JoJo's gonna fucking
curious.
kick his ass in lane.
I mean, we'll see. I don't think Fudge is really
What
that
I am
low
excited
in
about in
points.
that matchup is Blabbert versus Inspired. I think
Yeah.
that's gonna be where a lot of that game is fought is going to be around their junglers, and I think it's going to be like they're going to have to like whoever props up their jungler the most in that, or whoever's jungler does a better job of going to the lanes first.
That is, I think, the key point. I feel like if Inspired is not literally 10 seconds behind the play because he's prioritizing farming over the possibility of ganks, then if Inspired does not do that, then C9 is going to roll them. But I feel like there was a few points in this last series, especially, where I would see like Inspired's on the right side of the map. He's in the quadrant and he's just not respecting the gank potential. And he like walks away and the gank happens. And like he is literally not even finished killing the big Krug before top lane is dead, you know? And it's like, dude, if you just hung out for 3 seconds, And I know it's not super efficient, and it's not how Inspired plays. And I know like that's kind of my concern. We talked about it last episode. So I think with Blabber being the hyperactive animal that he is, if Inspired is not at least mindful of that, I think they could get rolled because the early games will just be so chaotic.
Um,
I'm excited for
EG
Summit versus
EG
Impact though.
definitely has the better bot lane. Berserker being as good as he is at team fighting late game, like Winsome or Isles can't compete with Vulcan by any
We'll
means.
see. Yeah, I think that that should be the case. I know a lot of people are more up on Isles than Winsome, and there was some speculation other analysts have done on whether the lane, quote unquote, could be blamed on Berserker if maybe Winsome wasn't doing so well on some things. So I don't think this last series sadly was a good indication because Olay and like there's just not this GG just wasn't there to test them. The players there and how they were playing is not going to test to see if that it could be better. I think it will be more telling here with EG. I think this is a proper litmus test for where C9 is after their
Oh
slump
yeah,
at the end of
it's
the
it's, it's
split
me
for
it's me
sure.
it's me like this series like win or lose is gonna really show what C9's worth because
Yeah.
if they can really come together and do something and show that they have more than just like some individual skill and play
I
together.
think this yeah, I think Summit Impact though is definitely going to be the most exciting part of this matchup.
Oh yeah.
Because Impact, even in the regular season, he had that Akala game and just dumpstered Summit.
Dude,
Like
I think Impact
and
is
Impact is playing good.
playing some of the best League of Legends he's ever played right now.
I hope we
He's
don't get. I hope we don't get Giga sad faced where he just becomes the weak side king and they put him on tanks the entire series because that's gonna. I don't think they'll do that. I think if you
dude, even him on
even
tanks,
if you.
he's shown like some good
Oh
playmaking.
yeah,
But
but
then
I think it's more if you plan to play against C9 like that, you've already lost the series. You
what?
have
No,
to shut
you
down
have
Summit.
dude, you have Danny.
Oh yeah, no, but you have to make sure Summit's not strong. I think if you make sure your top lane doesn't go crazy, I
I
think
don't
you can
think
beat
Summit
C9 every
can.
time.
I don't think Summit can 1v9 for 3 games.
No, but if
Can
he 1v9s the right if let's say all right, let's say you're at game 3 or 4 and C9 gets their second win because Summit 1v9s, that's the type of move that can break mental. And I would honestly be concerned because I think Inspired might have weak mental.
oh, Inspired has the weakest mental on his team for sure.
Yeah.
But JoJo, all right. So speak. All right.
Yes, honestly, I
Last
believe
episode,
that.
I
I
was
would I
like,
would
I
probably
was a
agree with
bit
that.
I wanted to believe in JoJo. Like I know he's done good in the laning, but like he doesn't seem to have the game knowledge. But after hearing a couple interviews with him and hearing his comms, the guy wants to be good. Like he
Yeah.
actually has genuine drive and is a quite an intelligent guy. And his comms in game are so good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've
Like
heard them as
it's
well.
like finally we got a comm leak, and it was I was so impressed. Like I'm like now I know why that this kid got picked up. Like
Yeah, no, I think literally JoJo and Vulcan should basically run their games. And Inspired,
Dude, impact shot calling.
yeah, shotgun late game, mid to late
Yeah,
game. Like Impact doesn't need to be bothered in the early game though. But I think ultimately even Inspired probably doesn't need to be shot calling and like trying to lead the direction of the team more than likely just because of how he plays is not going to be beneficial enough for the lanes. So he can't be the driving ideal the mind behind it. But I think Jojo Vulcan, with how they view the game and speak in game and shit, like Danny doesn't talk, and I don't think he really needs to as an ADC. Like if the most important thing is as carries, you demand what you need when you need it late.
yep.
But I think ultimately Danny could probably just say, hey, peel for me, or like I'm big, like I think the team knows though. Vulcan, they're all pretty good team. Well, Jojo's pretty all right team fighter. He can still get better.
He's getting
It
dude.
just
I feel
depends.
like he's getting better every match right now.
Yeah, Inspired. I think Inspired just kind of been slacking. He just needs to sharpen up a little bit. Honestly, I think that's like
He,
maybe Vulcan's executions aren't always the best, but he's always going for the play. I think Inspired needs to make sure that he is on the play and not on the fucking camps.
I want to see JoJo roam with Inspired more. I want to see him playing. I want to see him playing something that can even just like sack a wave or two mid and roam with Inspired to go make plays happen.
I'm interested to see what they'll draft for JoJo in this series. Ultimately,
Because whether they play for top or
I'm
they play for
worried
bot, like you can
for
put
shit.
Danny on Ezreal and leave him in the bot just to farm under tower.
You can,
No, but that's the thing. You can,
yeah,
and Danny's still going to do work later
yeah, that's true.
with that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think EG's gonna take it. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 3-0, but I'm sure C9 will take a game.
I think if EG wins, it's 3-1 or 3-2.
I think if it's going 3-2, I think Cloud9's probably gonna edge it out.
See, I think I more expect C9 to either 3-0 or 3-1 if they win, and I think if EG wins, it's going to be 3-1 or 3-2. I would be actually 100% honestly astonished if EG 3-0s C9. If it's that, like, unless every single game literally could have gone either way, unless it's like that, I would be absolutely amazed. If EG wins literally 3 coin flips in a row, okay. But if they 3-0 C9, I would be pretty impressed. I honestly would expect C9 to take game 1. I think C9 will take game 1. And then I could see EG 3-0ing them 3-0ing them from that point. But for some reason I think Blabber's just gonna pop off in game 1 and run game 1. And then EG will have to make adjustments, and then maybe those adjustments will be good, and that would be enough. But I honestly don't know which way I think it'll go.
If C9 tries to play the traditional against EG right now, I think they're just too inconsistent and don't team fight well enough. Like I think FlyQuest is a better team fighting team than
Let me put it this way: the
C9.
team that actually drafts Renekton is losing. Out of these two, whichever one decides to do it again, that's the one that loses.
I actually wouldn't be mad if EG drafted Renekton, lost, but Impact dumpstered Summit in lane.
I would still be mad.
I think that would be worth dropping the game just to fucking ruin Summit's mental.
So this is how C1 wins game 1, huh? Is what you're telling me is that in game 1, EG drafts Renekton,
R5.
breaks Summit's mental, but loses the game and then 3-0s them. So that's our consensus then? That's how this
Yeah.
game is going? Okay. All right, well, I disagree because I think whoever drafts Renekton first is going to lose this series. That's what those are the guns I'm sticking to. And I have no idea.
No,
Uh,
I think unless C9 does a like gets creative with their drafts again. Like
okay, so, and then next question. Which of these teams... Well, actually, I guess this is part of the conversation. I think you and I are probably both leaning Liquid on 100 Thieves Liquid.
yeah,
I'm
I
assuming.
think it's gonna be close though. I think 100 Thieves look really good. I think Someday is playing out of his fucking mind.
I think He and Abadage are going to get completely gapped by their
Oh,
counterparts on TL.
I wouldn't say.
And I think
I think Huhi is playing really well. I
I
think
don't know.
Abaga, dude. Unless closer camps mid, that lane's lost.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like Santorin will camp mid if that's what Closer's
Santorin will
hitting,
just camp
like,
mid again.
he'll hang out. You're like, oh, you just
Like
want to chill here for 20 seconds?
and
That's fine. I got nothing to do.
Closer's really good, but Santorin is just crushing it right now and being like everything his team needs to be. Like, oh, you know, like put on Viego and get resets. Carry us, Sand Daddy.
I know. I think you banned Viego in this series every game.
I wouldn't be surprised if Viego and Lee both get banned every game. Like, I don't think
Ooh,
you
yeah,
should.
the
I
Lee
don't
is
think you
hard
should give
too.
closer Lee. I don't think.
That's true.
I think that's just dumb. I know, like LS keeps talking about how it's such a trash champion, but with the mobility and a good player and a good kick, can change a game.
Yeah, maybe you banned Lee and leave up something else to take the Viego from. There's honestly there's angles to this I don't like because there's things, but I maybe that's what TL will start with is looking to ban Lee, pivot the power pick and like unless see if 100 Thieves wants to like first pick, Lee Sin, because otherwise you
I
just
know
can't get
no,
on
you don't. You
R2,
don't
3.
let them fucking first pick these in. You
Or Viego, I mean
ban.
Viego, first pick Viego. No, you
Yeah,
ban
yeah,
Lee
yeah.
Sin, I'm talking about
I
Viego.
mean, if they get first pick Viego,
Then you take an ace, the preferable ADC pick.
yeah,
So we'll see how
and
I'm
then
interested to see how that drafting stage
because
goes.
I think Han Sama is better than FBI. Core JJ is
100%,
definitely better than Huhi.
100%.
Bjergsen is
I'm
way better than fucking Abadabadabadabadabada.
Abadage. Yeah, he's definitely having a better split, 100%. And I think some days having a better spring split than Bwipo for sure. But like lock in Bwipo was fucking
Smarfin.
dumpstering 100 Thieves by himself. So let's not sit there and say that's not impossible again.
No, but
And
Sunday is having a fucking hell of a split, dude.
he is. But like you and I both know all it takes is Bwipo to turn on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we'll see how that goes, and that could be profitable
And
and not.
Santorin and Closer's probably the closest jungle match we've had.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
So far for sure.
Blabber early game is a beast unless there's scuttle crabs involved.
I don't know. Blabber has a good split. Straight up, Blabber had a good
I'm
split.
I'm not sold on Blabber. I just feel like it's too inconsistent. I did like when Fudge was playing fucking like Soraka and Lulu
Yeah,
and
the
just
Soraka
like
Olaf game was the most disgusting
enabling
thing in the fucking world. Yeah,
like
that was
when you
so good,
enable
so
Blabber,
good. Well, no, just
sure.
in general, like Soraka on top of Olaf, Blabber's Olaf. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, you're losing this game. Like, there's no question about it. You've lost already. Good job. Go GG. Go next at draft.
And that's what I think C9 needs to beat to win really in general is I think
Real
is
talk. I think Blabber is the NA jungle goat. Straight up, right now, without much question. I think he's the greatest NA jungler.
oh yeah.
I don't think that's a hard competition, really.
No.
So
Because
I'm not down on him.
all the other
He's
best
strong.
NA junglers are from EU.
No, I mean your top 3 NA junglers would ultimately be Blabber, X Smithy, and third could probably be Meteos. I think that would be a fair choice. I'm not sure if Spica's quite gotten the accolades and shown the level yet.
No, Speaker needs to
Yeah,
leave
probably Meteos.
TSM, and then we can really see
Dude,
him excel as a
there's
person.
rumors. There's rumors.
Oh, wasn't it? Well, wasn't I talking about like that he might go to EG?
Well,
Wasn't that what I brought?
there's rumors that Bo is going to TSM from IG. He was the jungler that got a ban for match fixing in the lower level league, but he is like an insane cracked jungler. Like this dude needs to play somewhere for real. Like he fucking was carrying a really bad version of IG. Was like number 1 on the ladder. The kid is nuts. His win rate on stage in professional games is like 80% or something. Like he was destroying the LPL and then got banned. Like this kid needs to play somewhere. Someone needs to pick him up. If
They're like, wait,
TSM
he
wants to
lost
be
the
the Chinese
game.
team,
He's wait, but he got banned
well, no,
for
he got
win trading.
match fix. He got banned for match fixing in the lower LPL league, like LPL Academy, effectively. So it wasn't as big a deal, and he got like like a year ban or whatever. But like no one is playing him right now.
Okay,
So there's some rumors that he is
so
going to TSM.
then where's Speaker? Speaker needs to go to
But here's the
good
idea
team.
I have. Let's say, okay, if you're bringing a new Chinese jungler in, maybe you keep Shen Yi cool. That means that you need an NA mid laner. Is Jensen coming back? If TSM next split is Huni, Bo, Jensen, Tactical, Shen Yi, I will be intrigued because Jensen is good, but like Bo is literally could just shit on everyone. Like he could be Blabber on crack. And if that's the case, like I don't know, like Cooney needs to come back online one of these days. Maybe he will, probably not. But I think Bo would be fun to watch. And if he's just playing with his Chinese support, who's like hyper aggressive all the time, that maybe that team could do something. Literally, they're just
I feel
cursing
like if
at their
Jensen comes back,
teammates
he's
in
gonna come
Chinese.
back to have fun and be competitive and like just like go balls to the walls. We
For
might see
sure.
a new
I don't know.
iteration of Jensen uh, on the more crazy side of play if you get him someone really aggressive like that.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be interesting if they
Gen,
did that.
would we call him Genzuke?
Shinsuke? No, he'd be Incarnation again. Honestly, bring back the old moniker when he was toxic as fuck. Just call him Incarnation. Fuck it, let's go.
So then
But
where does
like,
Speaker go?
that could be fun. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. Like, these are just random rumors
I know
that
Inspired's really good, but I think I talked about this a few episodes ago where I think Speaker is going to go to EG at some point.
I know you did talk about that, and I just said that they should have played Sven Skaren. They should have just kept Sven. I can't believe that guy is not playing in the LCS. Like, holy fuck, man! He was destroying Champions Q2 when he was streaming. He was looking great.
All right, so back on
Or
the
was
predictions. So
Yep. 100 Thieves TL.
100 Thieves TL.
hmm
Um,
We both think TL is winning.
and in 4 games or 5 games,
Uh, I mean, unless TL levels up from their previous form, definitely five.
definitely 5. Um,
I think it's either TL wins in 5 games or 100 Thieves wins in three because fucking TL looks like shit, and I'm scared, and I hope that doesn't happen. It
and
better not
and
fucking
100
happen.
Thieves looks good. Like
They do. They're
they
back to
look
playoff
good.
form, and they could easily get another championship the same way they got the last one by being better
All
in
right,
the early game against mildly dysfunctional teams.
but
So 100 Thieves versus our winner is presumably EG. Let's talk about
and
that
then
series then. And then
uh,
our TL EG finals.
I
Because
think
that's
that
what we
one's gonna
both
go.
want.
I think EG is crafty enough to where it's gonna go to 5 games. I think TL. I mean, unless like unless it's like man, fucking Impact and someday like the way they match up, I just see Closer running over the goddamn game though.
Yeah. I'm worried about that too, especially against Inspired.
Like,
I could see Closer just running over the early game against Inspired because Inspired just wants to farm camps. And I don't think Danny and Volk. I don't think
but
Danny is
Impact and
poised
Danny,
as great
dude, like
early.
you got Impact and Danny, and it's just
I
like
know
you.
Danny, the big dick
Um,
animal himself.
I would have to give that one to probably 100 Thieves. Just because like
I think I'm right there with you. I think EGTL is the final we both want to see for the sake of the storyline, but I think TL 100 Thieves is the most likely final.
yeah. And then in the final, if all right, if 100 Thieves, I want to say whoever's coming up out of the losers bracket's probably gonna win.
I am still TL. I think TL's. I still believe TL's ceiling is way higher than every other team's ceiling. So as long as they effectively get a fair percentage
Yeah, but
of
losers
their
bracket buff.
capability. Yeah, but like let's be real. Who cares? Like we're talking about NA. Losers bracket is the losers bracket. Like you go there, you dip there at the end maybe,
100
but
Thieves won at a losers bracket last year.
yeah, but like last year, none of the teams were good. Like none of them were functional. They were all dysfunctional teams in the playoffs. Like
So,
literally, that's what it was.
it
Like,
was so
TL
dysfunctional.
was hella dysfunctional. C9 had already collapsed. Like these teams were never mentally coalesced. You know, Perks destroyed C9 from the inside more than likely, just from probably not feeling good
Just like
personally.
how he's doing it with Vitality.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's just literally gone insane and his
Dude,
mental has completely gone
he's
away.
actually gone insane. Like if
He
there's
might
been some
have. I'm
interviews
worried.
that have come out that like he's doing some odd religious stuff.
Oh, I'm not here to judge anyone. I just want
I mean,
you and John back.
freedom of religion to everybody, whatever. But I really think his like the death of his dad really got to him, and he tried to cope with some different philosophies, and he's oddly toxic now. Like not like straightforward toxic, but like oddly toxic. Like it's like
Yeah,
this.
I could see that.
It's like this air of arrogance around him that is just
But yeah, I think that's ultimately how 100 Thieves got their first championship. They could do it again, but I don't think TL is as um, fractured as they were last year, so I think TL will beat them. Because I really do think that all it'll take is a team to not throw the game in 25 minutes, and then you have much better chances of closing out against 100 Thieves. So I feel like, Core, Bjergsen, that team
I
just
mean,
sounds like it just
if
it
you
should
if
be
you can
able
just
to lose fucking
abuse
LCS.
if you can just abuse Abe and get closer off like off solid footing, I think
I
that's how
think
you.
just fucking run the bot lane. I think just run it through the bot lane. Like I think FBI and Huhi are punishable. I think you catch closer in situations. I think you set up the draft to make them want to play to topside because somebody's having a great split anyway, and then you just set up to run through the bot lane whenever closer's on the top half of the map. Like
I feel
vertical
like
jungle creep is
and
all
I
I
feel like
care
I feel like the only two teams that can do that would be EG or TL.
for sure. I
Like
think only
I don't think
I
C9
think
has the
C9
coordination or
C9 support can't execute it, and you know ultimately cleanly enough. They're not as well. I mean, we'll see. Isles is pretty highly considered, and most people are
he's
acting like
good.
he's
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 good, but like I just don't think the team is a fucking team.
yeah.
Like
I'm worried. I think their drafting is going to be the biggest question
yeah,
mark
if
because there's a
like
lot of question marks around that.
I think if Max Waldo can like fucking be a man of his fucking word and say that he like and do what he said he was going to do when he took over the head coaching was keep the drafting philosophy.
Yeah, but what if someone's just saying, "Yeah, you're a stupid fucking kid. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm playing Renekton here," and just walked in Renekton when the pick was like actually something weird. Like, who knows?
It's because the teams that
We
play
can't.
like you like that's when the teams would be like, hey man, no, come on, dude, we got this. Like
Yeah, but isn't Summit like the oldest guy on the team?
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is because I like Fudge is young, Blabber is pretty young.
No, that team
I'm
died
pretty.
when LS left.
Well, it's like in the Korean culture aspect. If you don't have older people, it's hard to demand the respect. And like, if someone's the oldest guy on the team, he might just go tell everyone to go fuck themselves and do what he
That's why
wants.
I'm gonna be a great coach. See this grays right here? See
Yeah,
this?
right.
I'm gonna get
That's
hella
all my
respect.
my beard for the ones that are showing in front. Yeah, the straight out of the temples is a good look. Got it rocking.
Yeah, dude. I'm actually I might get a haircut soon. Might get a haircut soon. Might I
And
might get.
we got to the last quarterfinal or whatever for LPL tomorrow with JDG versus RNG. Curious to see how that one plays out. The V5 um, loss today was pretty tragic. They looked super strong in game one, and I thought we're gonna. And game two looked like we're gonna have a banger series. I highly recommend watching at least only game two if you watch only one game of the series. For anyone watching, it was a banger game. But after that, TS just kind of recovered, and by game five, V5's mental was completely fucking gone. It was pretty tragic to watch, honestly. So, but they still have their run through the lower bracket to see if Rookie's going to make it to MSI. I think Rookie at MSI would be a crazy like storyline
Give me the
for just
Faker Caps rookie Bjergsen. Give me
yeah,
that. Give
like
me
what a
that.
fucking legendary roster for the mid lane, representation. But honestly, I think PES might be the team to beat. They look really good today. And I think Knight's playing strong. Jackie Love is having
I've
a
always
pretty
liked Knight,
okay.
dude. I haven't watched any of
Yeah,
the LPL playoffs, but I've really liked Knight for a long time.
Knight is like he is generally always referred to as the best mid laner to not go to Worlds for a long time. Like
It was Scout before, or Scout was the best mid laner to never win Worlds.
or maybe
Because they had gone to Worlds before, right?
EDG. I don't think it was Scout EDG though. I think it was a different mid laner, but I'm not sure. Like Knight, is probably the best mid laner to never win Worlds right now. Actually, yeah, probably. Yeah, he's definitely better than Caps right now. Caps had a good playoff, but he did not. He's still growing. I was listening to I think it was the Jat GLA experience, whatever. He was talking about how he thinks Caps was kind of just gone because there was no crowds. And now that crowds are back, Caps has returned.
Caps need the
And I
hype, man.
Yeah, I could believe that, and I want that too. Like ultimately, I can see how you need the energy to really fucking ascend and like get to that next level. I'm hoping G2
When,
just like
when you do the
gets
crazy
cracked out.
play and you don't hear anybody go, oh!
I want more people like getting fucking hyped. Like apparently in the Brazilian league at the end of one of the games of the finals, like, they were standing up screaming at each other from across the stage and shit.
Dude,
And I'm like, that's what I want to
I
see,
want to see
man.
more like that's why I love watching CS:GO. Is like
Yeah,
when
dude.
someone gets like a 2v1
That's
and
what
they stand up and they
that's why I
start
love watching.
screaming across the stage.
That's why I love watching Jizuke, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Danny pops off and he's just there screaming, telling them to suck that dick.
Somebody
Fucking
order
miss that
12
man.
inch Italian sausage? Wait, well, I don't know why that was like a Mexican accent. Uh,
That's pretty bad, but
I,
it's all
I
right.
shouldn't do accents.
Especially since we're talking about Dan. So, yeah, I think we established this on like episode 2 or 1.
Yeah.
When he tried to do the Welsh or whatever, and it came out completely wrong.
I I was watching Star
Uh,
Wars on a random
Gotta
thing on
correct
accents.
myself. Thorin is definitely probably English.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just from some weird part of the country. And also, Cadrill's English, apparently.
yeah.
That dude does not
He was
sound English.
well because he's European.
Yeah, he's got that
He was
European
born
English accent.
in England, raised in Spain.
Okay. That's right, you told me that. Weird. He doesn't, I don't know. He's got an
Also,
interesting accent for
I'm
sure.
so upset that my schedule has changed because now I can't watch Cadrill stream.
I catch him sometimes in the morning. I like it whenever he and Dom do the co-stream of the LPL together.
I
That's honestly a pretty good analyst death, in my opinion.
I like
Also,
Cadrill's
personal
co streams
opinion.
more. I just like the way he breaks down the game a lot more than because like Dom's co streams are 90% talking about nonsense and shit talking whoever else he has on there.
Yeah,
And
no, I
then
think Dom is depends on how focused he is.
Dom
You know,
needs to do
sometimes he's
cocaine
already off
again.
on a tangent. I'm sure he's fine. He probably just needs to work out again or something. I think it's whenever the series aren't that good, you know, he always deteriorates because it's hard to talk about anything when the games are bad or whatever. But a lot of games, especially now, you can kind of tell that they're over when they're over.
I
You know,
literally fell
sometimes you have
asleep
the
during
full
Golden
swing,
Guardian
but
C9 game. I literally
yeah, that's not too hard, honestly.
like like 5-10 minutes in the game too. I was out.
Those series were pretty underwhelming. Honest, that series
I
particularly.
I
I think
did I did scream at the TV at one point when
the
they were.
EGTL
I
series was at
think
least a banger.
I think
That
I
was a
don't
great
remember
series.
which one it was, but it was like a game. It might have been in game 2 before I fell asleep, or game 3, maybe even game 1. But they were fighting Rift Herald, and Golden Guardians looked like their positioning was so bad. I'm like, they're about to just get the shit flanked out of them, and they're just gonna get fucked. And they did. And then the next Rift Herald fight, they changed their positioning and actually fought it decently and almost won the fight. I was like, how do you like, dude? Like when you play at that level and you do some like dumb mistakes like that. Like I like one thing I liked about the G2 games was once they realized they were losing an objective, they didn't fucking hover around it for 30 seconds while the enemy team takes it. They went and got shit done on the fucking map.
Yanko's that series was so good. Like I know the conversation is gonna be mostly about Caps, and I think he deserved that for sure. But like Yanko's played a fucking stellar
Yanko's
playoffs.
like but whoever was shot calling and that's in like whoever's like their main shot caller, their
They might not have one.
like whatever that team's macro looks so goddamn good right now. Macro makes me so fucking wet. Good macro makes me fucking
Did you
hard.
watch the games live?
Yeah.
Did you see like
Well,
the
I listened to them live. I was
oh,
driving
okay.
back from Taos, and I had the games on in the car speakers.
I don't think it was the coach. They had a dude that was dressed up in like full
No,
G2
that's like one.
regalia.
That's like just like one of their like. He like works. He just like works with the team.
It's not Roman, is it?
It might have been Ramon. But yeah, he was in
Oh
the
yeah,
full
he is.
fucking
It's
the full like
Romain.
fucking
Yeah, he's
paint.
on. Yeah, but he had the team names written on his thigh of all the teams they'd beaten in like last week when they beat Fnatic, they had like Rogue, on his thighs, the next team. So this week, when they crossed out Rogue, they had T1 written above it. So like he pulled up more of the thing and like pointed at it. It's like
That's
you
great.
guys are next.
Dude,
It was pretty
I
good.
love that fucking team so much, man. Like even so after the game, Caps said the team motto, which is we are G2, we are Samurais, and Samurais never quit or whatever. And then Carlos was like, I didn't even know you fucking remembered that. I love Carlos.
Oh
People should talk about Carlos, but the man knows what the fuck he's doing. Like,
yeah, no, for sure. Carlos is like he's a big name in the scene. Like he's ultimately what Andy wishes he was. Here you go. I'll send it this to you. There you go.
where'd you send it?
On Disco. In
Oh,
this, but they had it for Fnatic as well. They did the same
you
thing.
can't send it to me on Disco because that's what I'm using for this.
Oh, fine. Hold me. Send it to you on
Like
this
I,
other window that's open.
yeah.
But yeah, T1. T1 is looking probably pretty favored for the old MSI. I would say it's gonna be pretty hard to beat that though.
Does he just not washed his thigh in
Yeah,
weeks?
yeah. In weeks.
The playoff not showering. Playoff funk.
I don't think they did this for all of the teams. Maybe they did. I don't think so. I don't think they did it for Misfits and Vitality. I only saw it for FNC, but I didn't really watch all of them, so it's possible I didn't. But yeah, the G2 T1 rematch is going to be pretty hype. I hope G2 doesn't disappoint us.
The TLG2 rematch is going to be pretty nice too.
Yeah, it could be.
Do you think
We'll see
G2 is
what
going to go full Chad mode and just pick full fucking Glacial? Or
No. If G2 wanted to go full Chad mode, they would run back one of the comps from MSI Finals. Like just straight up the same exact fucking comp.
or are they going to
That
TFT draft again?
Nah, Liquid did that.
No, G2 did that against Liquid and beat them with it.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm like 99%
Liquid
sure.
Liquid did that to some team. I know 100%. But I don't know if yeah, I don't know. That one's
Uh,
gonna be hard.
TLG or TLG2 2019 MSI.
Hmm.
So just no, don't give me a fucking video. Give me a fucking.
I'm pulling up the
Here we go. Yeah, G2 was, or no, wait, where is it?
I'm seeing
Because it was game two. It was game two. Was it?
their game 2 is Pike, Rek'Sai, Silas, Varus,
No,
Thresh. Game 3 is Nico, Jarvan, Aurelia, Zaya, Rakan.
wait,
Game 1 is Swain, Jarvan, Morgana, Zaya, Rakan. That's the finals.
where's the one where they did? They did do the Kennen Olaf. Wait, no, the Ash Brom. I swear I remember it being like Sejuani, Ash, Brom, Tryndamere.
Oh, no Tryndamere this year. Top top meta was weird this year. Like like literally Swain, Gangplank, Kennen, Pike, Nico, Vladimir are the matchups. Like those are all weird.
Wait, was it in the group stage or something then? When did they do the whole. I'm so confused.
I don't know. TL did the only team I know that did the uh
Because
glacial draft was TL. Yeah, in the group stages they didn't do it either.
Dude, am I like Mandela affecting right now?
Yeah, you're thinking of a game TL played, and it was in regular season. I want to say towards the end. Oh no, it's against TSM in 2019.
Why do dude? I have a vivid memory of this being what G2 did this at MSI against TL.
Yeah, I don't know about they could have done it against somebody, but yeah, it wasn't against TL. 2019 TL was honestly not that bad of a team.
No, but
You know,
it was
finals MSI was pretty solid.
it was when you could tell that like Doublelift was starting to not give a shit anymore.
I mean, yeah, but like honestly, this team's downfall was Jensen's champion pool. Him not being able to play shit like Aurelia. He played a Kali, but you know, just a few things. Still want to see Jensen back in the scene though. It's kind of criminal some of the mid laners we have when he's not playing, and he's a freaking NA resident. But we'll
I don't
see.
know. We'll
See if
see.
TL can clutch out the championship. That's kind of where I'm leaning.
Yeah, same. So this is gonna be our longest episode of the date, I think, which is cool, man. I'm just digging the freeform talks.
For sure.
If
For
you
sure.
made it this far, give yourself a pat in the back and give yourself a little tug on the lug, like you deserve it.
I'm sure that the next one will probably be a little more concise. We'll sum up finals and talk about what the meta looks like and maybe something like that. And speculate for MSI.
Yeah, more MSI speculation in 2 weeks. So I mean, like the 2 weeks we're getting like we're on the patch schedule pretty much. So we get to
Hmm.
talk about the patches. Pretty nice. Um,
Yeah, I'm really kind of holding out for 12.8 there.
yeah,
See what they do.
I start my new job this week, so
Nice.
episodes will be recorded on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and uploaded
After that.
after that, before Friday. Before Friday.
Yeah, we're going to be in the middle of that cycle.
But GG's.
All right, folks.